Today, voted by you guys, we are doing Schalke, a 7-time winner of the German league, which I think was a cup competition back when they won it. And they were kind of like the war team that won it during the war. 5 times they won the DFB Pokal, and most recently, they're in a bit of a downfall. The rise and downfall of Schalke, they're in the downfall area. 18th position they finished last season in the 2020-2021 season. That is a bit of a shock considering how good Schalke have been. They've been a Champions League team for a few years.
From what we can gather now, they're in a lot of debt as well.
They are in a huge amount of debt. I'm glad you brought that up. Let's take a look. Yes, our overall balance is minus 13 million, but if we take a look at our debts and loans, we have a debt of 240 million, which we looked at, and basically they've had to take another loan out recently due to the pandemic and surviving in that. I mean, Germany is a kind of like a league which I always consider to have a lot of money, so they must have had like real bad problems for them to actually struggle, because there's a lot of money in the Bundesliga.
Well, the German country, as I know, they were one of the first countries that stopped football completely from fans, going to the games and things like that. We took a little bit longer in this country, but I remember watching them when the season started.
And we was watching the first game. I think.
It was awful, wasn't it? But they were one of the first countries to do it when they locked everything down.
I think they've locked them down at the minute. I'm pretty sure. I watched the Dortmund game the other day, and there was no fans.
That's right.
So they're sensible at the same time, but it is costing clubs a lot of money because I mean, Schalke, they've got. You mentioned to me they're one of the biggest supported clubs in Germany.
They've got a very good youth academy and all things like that. So it's a mining town. That's what I can gather from it. And very, very well supported because it's a working man's team.
A working man's team, absolutely.
As we know, as we call them, don't we?
Yeah, I mean, they're playing out the Veltins Arena in Gelsenkirchen, one of my favourite stadiums in the world, I must say, because I think it just looks fantastic. It reminds me of, like, you know when you go in like a sports hall? It looks like that, but massive. With a football pitch in the middle.
Or a bit like the Americans, doesn't it? It looks
like
an American
like a
stadium, doesn't it?
Absolutely, really like the Cowboy Stadium, for instance, in the NFL. Yeah, I absolutely love the Veltins Arena, so yeah, I'm excited for this one because I like Germany. It's one of my favourite leagues to manage in, but we are relegated into the Bundesliga 2. And of course, the financial problems mean that our transfer budget was hardly anything. The wage budget was hardly anything.
And I was going to say to you, really, I was going to say our challenge really would be to win the Bundesliga because they haven't actually won the Bundesliga, since it started.
1950 something, 58 was the last time, which it wasn't called the Bundesliga. I don't think it was a league format back then. And obviously
1963, the Bundesliga started.
Right. Okay. So there we go. So we haven't won the Bundesliga yet, but that is a big ask in 5 years.
That's our challenge.
Of course, however we leave this though, we have a 5-year project for you guys after. So if I don't manage to win the Bundesliga, that can be part of the challenge. And of course, that is for Patreon members on the £5 tier. Loads of you have been signed up recently. Really do appreciate that. You can sign up, get the save game file. We'll set you a challenge at the end of this episode for you to try and compete and see how you do, and let me know.
We're not just building a team for us, we could be building a team for you.
Exactly. So let's take a look at some of the transfers that I have made that you might see. On the transfer history, there was a lot of deals, of course, but not a lot of them was for us. What I have basically done, I don't think I've done a lot. In fact, I've done nothing. Because we didn't have any money whatsoever. On the outs as well, we had one guy leave, a youngster for 155k. It's more important what I do next season than what I do this season. They've already built a team which is media predicted to finish first.
Right.
They have brought in some fantastic players, and we'll look at some of them in a second. But tactically as well, I've gone for the same tactic that we were using in the Lazio tactic in that first season. If you remember rightly, I said we've got certain players who I think are really good. This is exactly the same. The only player that I want to play every single game is a new signing, Simon Terode, 33 years of age. They got my free transfer from also relegated Hamburg. They came down season before, but they scored 20. He scored 24 goals in 33 appearances in this league.
Very good, yeah.
He started off even better for us. 7 goals in 5 games.
So we've started well then. That's a good start for us.
Absolutely. So he's the guy that I want to be playing up there. 33 years of age. He's a towering figure, bit of a target man type forward. He looks a bit badass as well, doesn't he? So yeah, he's the main guy there. It's a very positive formation, very positive tactic, using inverted wing backs to try and exploit those half spaces around the edge of the area. area. And if I do take a look at the assistant report and the squad depth, this is what he is saying is our best 11. I'm going to try and remember to show you this every time so that you can kind of understand who is in the team at what point. These are the players that he is considering to be the best 11 right now. So maybe these are the types of players we're going to see at the end of the season, bagging all the goals. Schedule-wise, we started off very well. Yes. Very well indeed.
Look at this.
Hamburg, obviously another rival for this league. 4-1. Straight away, big game right there. Another 4-1 victory against Holstein Kiel, a team that I did a Youth to Gold with last year. So a great win against them. We're through to the next round of the cup, only just on penalties. 3-0 win there against EA. I'm not going to try and pronounce that. Regensburg 4-2 and Fortuna Düsseldorf 4-2.
Good start.
Great start. Let's simulate this first season. And so, the first season,
get in.
We're champions of the Bundesliga 2.
30 goals better as well, that's what I like to see.
Yes, 18 points clear of second place, because it's quite a difficult league to get yourself out of. So you can see there, only 2 teams are promoted.
Yeah.
Heidenheim joined us. Hamburg.
Oh, we've just missed out as well.
Werder Bremen. Werder Bremen's another big team. Hanover. There's some massive teams down here. So we've done very well to manage to get ourselves promoted. First off, and the fact that we dominated it, we've got to be happy with that.
We're going to call it a 4-season challenge now, shall we?
A 4-season rebuild. Tirode, 37 goals in this league. Absolutely outstanding. He was also the highest average rating. He got the most man of the matches. And D. Drexler, 20 assists. Bolter, 15 assists. We've seen those 2 names early on when I was showing you the best 11.
Yeah.
If we look at it statistically, we completely dominated. Most goals, easily. We didn't have the fewest conceded, but we scored too many. 102 goals is a lot considering you only play 34 games.
Yeah.
Like 4 games less than what we're used to in the Premier League here, and we're still scoring over 100 goals. It's pretty outstanding, to be honest. Other competitions then, of course, we don't got anything to worry about. Well, we were knocked out the 3rd round by Cologne, who are obviously a very good team in the Bundesliga, as expected, really. But it meant we could just focus on the league
position. We were top of the league all season, really, weren't we?
Yeah, I mean, we can look at it, past positions, but we were top when we seen it. I dare say, we just dominated the whole year. Very easy for us. So, if we do take a look at the goals, Simon Tirode scored 42 in 36 games. Great signing that the manager at Schalke has made right there. We had a guy on loan, 16 goals. He provided quite a lot.
The team that he come from, didn't they finish 3rd?
Who, the manager right now?
No, the striker that we signed.
Oh, from Hamburg.
Yeah.
They
finished 3rd, didn't they?
They did, yeah.
So that's why they've lost it. That's why they've
Probably.
lost promotion, because we took our main striker and he scored all the goals for us.
They are kind of like lingering now, Hamburg, because I remember when they went down, it was the first time they've ever been relegated from the Bundesliga.
Yeah.
And they haven't managed to get back up yet. So that's another team that was on the poll. Schalke won this poll above Hamburg. So you guys wanted me to do it. I think it's because these bastards knew we were in such financial trouble. I know what you guys are like. But there we go. So Drexler got the most assists there. We got Bolter there with 15 and a couple of lone players on 11. The good thing is this guy is actually transferred to join us from AZ Alkmaar. So he's a fantastic player. So I'm happy with that. He joins us on a permanent deal. So I think that's a great start. What I will take a look at, first season, of course, we don't have a lot of money coming in. We're in more of a minor situation there, but on the debts and loans, still 240. We're not going to be starting clearing that until we get into the Bundesliga
that's
again.
Right, yeah.
So let's move over to the second season and see who we've brought in, if we have anything. Spoiler alert, this is how much I've been given. So no. Now, on the outs, we sold one guy down to Werder Bremen, who was still in the second Bundesliga. Rabbi Matondo, Welsh. Quite interesting that they have there. There's a little British link. Bought him from Cardiff recently. Now, he has some good attributes, but I felt like we could do so much better than him. And it meant that we can actually sign some other players. We didn't exactly sign anybody for transfers because both of these deals here, the Zalazar and Uwijan, were both deals that were already happening and we had both of them on loan.
Yeah.
But what I did manage to sign was Corentin Tolisso from Bayern Munich on a free transfer.
That's good, yeah.
That's a fantastic signing. Yeah. 28 years of age. I mean,
28 caps for France.
He's fantastic. He's really good. Yeah. Like, the only reason why he doesn't get into Bayern Munich team is they've got Kimmich and Goretzka, who like 2 of the best midfielders in the world. So Tolisso, I mean, there's rumours of him coming to the Premier League because he's that good. He's spent a fair few amount of years at Bayern Munich from his move from Lyon. Really happy with getting that signing, the fact that he wanted to come to us. 4 assists so far in 7 appearances. Solid start.
1 goal.
And tactically, I'm starting putting more names into the hat where I want them to actually be playing. Amin Harit rejoins us back from his loan spell that he spent at Marseille, where he actually had quite a good season. And he's a very good player. My only trouble with him is he is our highest paid player by a mile, 68k, other than Corentin Tolisso, who's just joined us. So, I mean, Tolisso, how much is he on? He's on 61k. And even then, I was like... couldn't believe I was having to give him that much, but he is our star player. We've still got Turo, we've still got Drexler in the shallow strike role. He's been scoring and doing a lot of assists. He's 32 as well. Turo's like 34. That could be a problem. And Ralph Farman as well, goalkeeper, 33 years of age. So that's
still not bad for a goalkeeper though, is it?
No, absolutely, yeah. We should be absolutely fine. But according to the assistant report, this is how he would fill out the rest of the team. So he would actually put Tolisso as the ball-winning midfielder. I want him as that centre midfielder because I think he's quite good going forward.
Yeah.
Our defence looks very similar to what it did last season, other than we also welcome back Ozan Kabak, who was out on loan at Norwich. Of course, he went to Liverpool last season, at Norwich now. He's a very good defender for our standard of player that we have right now. Maybe if we were pushing for league titles, he wouldn't be quite good enough, more of a squad player.
Yeah.
But still, we welcome him back. So our team, I think, should be able to avoid relegation as the main threat. And if we do take a look at the club vision, that's kind of our end of season target, to avoid a relegation battle. So I think we should be fine with that because we have started very well. We'll take a look at that in a sec. But season preview puts us at 12th place, 150 to 1 for the title. Also, what is quite interesting is Dortmund won the season when we were down there.
Our favourite team.
Yeah, and Erling Haaland has scored 10 goals so far, and there's only played 7 games.
Yeah, of course he will.
So he is a monster.
Of course, that's our local derby as well, isn't it?
It
That's
is
our
the
rivals.
local derby. Yeah, so
it's a
that's
big
going to be a
good.
tricky one. Let's look at the schedule then. Have we played them yet? We haven't. But what we have done, we were knocked out of the cup already after extra time against Braunschweig. I'm not too worried about that, to be honest, because we can just focus on the league then. 3-1 win against Bayer Leverkusen to start it off is a great win. Hertha Berlin a 0-0 draw. Stuttgart a 2-1 loss. That's a bad result.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Augsburg 4-2 against them. That's good. Gladbach is always a difficult game. We lost 3-1 to Gladbach, but a 3-2 victory against RB Leipzig.
Take that anytime.
Absolutely. Yeah. That's 2 Rangnick
clubs. They scored a very late second goal, so
and we were 2-0 up.
Yeah.
So that was good. And my team, Eintracht Frankfurt, there, a 2-2 draw against them. They scored quite late after we were 2-0 up as well. So we give that away a little
lost,
bit.
In it, you know, it's Billy in it.
Yeah, we're 7th right now. 11 points after 7 games.
Take that.
Yeah, we're actually above Bayern Munich.
Take that, definitely.
Yeah, at the end of the season for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, let's simulate this season and see how we do in season number 2. So, season number 2, we finish mid-table, 10th place, which I think we can be happy with. There's a couple of teams around us which I'm quite surprised we're either above or below, like Arminia Bielefeld. They've done quite well there, finishing the team
5
above.
points out of the European competitions.
Yeah, well, 2 points. You're right. 5 points behind Cologne there, who finished in the EC2 position. 3 teams gone down here, one of them being Hoffenheim, which is quite a big club to go down. We've got to be happy with that. Erling Haaland scored 43. And they still didn't win the league, which is even more amazing. Yeah, Kimmich is doing very well there with a lot of assists. None of our players are there. Obviously, we know we were knocked out of the cup early, so we don't have to worry about that.
You're always going to fight from about 4th down, really, ain't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
You've got a top squad to get above them.
Yeah.
The top 3, I reckon.
We were never in trouble, though. No. Never in trouble. We were kind of finished where we were starting, and that's where we carried. Yeah, just a bit of security, innit, at the end of the day. So financially then, let's take a look. £15 million in the debt was what we are right now. Debts and loans. That's gone down to 217.
There you go.
There is a lot of money to be won in the Bundesliga, even if you do finish mid-table. However, transfer budget next season, nope. So that is going to be another difficult area that we'll have to focus on. Squad-wise, let's take a look. Who's been getting our goals? Simon Terode, only 21 this season.
It's a harder league, isn't it?
Absolutely,
You're playing against internationals now, aren't you?
Yeah, I mean, he's been smashing them in down lower league, but he is 35 now.
And that's the thing as well, he's a bit older as well, isn't he?
So it's going to be a little bit difficult. Still a good average rating, though.
Yeah.
We're still peppering the ball into them. He's still doing well. Amin Harit comes back and gets the 2nd highest amount of assists. What I am quite worried about is the amount of good average ratings signs that we have here. Only 4 of them. 5 if you consider the one that's on 7 or above. Kind of tells me that they're not quite good enough to push on to that next level. Maybe the tactics also not good enough either. So that's something that we need to focus on next season.
With a good cup run then, really, to bring a bit more money in, really, can we?
Yes, absolutely, yeah. A little bit of excitement around it, to be honest.
That's what they need, really, just to build people up.
Absolutely, yeah. But before we go into that season number 3 and take a look, we've got a word from our sponsor, Skillshare. Today's video is sponsored by Skillshare. Now, I've mentioned time and time again how valuable Skillshare can be for aspiring creators. It is an online learning community with thousands of courses in many different aspects. Whether it's content creation, like making YouTube videos, or streaming, maybe it's graphic design, or even video editing. You could become a YouTube editor, maybe. One class I actually enjoyed was the Marques Brownlee's YouTube Success, mainly because it has a bit of everything from someone who has succeeded at the very same job I'm doing now at the highest level. I learned so much about how best to script videos, edit them, and shoot them. You might have seen a drastic change in the way I do my videos ever since I watched it. There are so many options that you simply won't have enough time in the day to learn all of these skills. There's subtitles for many languages, including French, Spanish, Portuguese, and German. And there's not even an advert in sight, so you will not get distracted. And with new premium classes added every single week, Skillshare have given me a fantastic offer to gift to you. The first 1,000 people who select the link down below in the description will get 1 free month's trial using Skillshare. So make sure you do not miss out on that, because you will regret it. Now let's get back to the video. With no considerable outs, we have only spent £2.9 million, but what we have done is we brought in 4 players through that.
Building the squad.
Yeah, and some big names. We bought a guy from Bayern Munich who is in their second team, who I think is going to be a fantastic centre-back for us, Bright Henry MB, 20 years of age. He's got a good potential on the game as well. Some fantastic attributes, especially physically, he's great. Technicals need a little bit of work, but he has some good mentals as well. I like that signing a lot. Some good under-21 caps there for Germany. Promising player. Borja Garces is an Atletico B player. He isn't going to be our #1 striker. The trouble is, where we had Turold, he was our only striker. We didn't have him play. We didn't have anybody.
Of his age as well, he probably can't last 90 minutes.
No.
It's good to bring in a young, when they're a bit tired as well.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. So 24 years of age, he doesn't have the best attributes, don't get me wrong, but as a squad player, we needed a player like this. He's never really played a lot, but when he did for the Atletico B team, 13 goals in 17 games.
He knows where the net is.
Yeah, we'll take that from last season with 5 assists as well, so more goal contributions per game than he actually played. But so yeah, that's fantastic. But 2 free signings. 1, Trevor Chalobah from Chelsea. I think that's a good signing because he can play centre back, he can play CDM or centre midfield, and he's very well rounded. Physically, he's great. 6'4" as well.
Yeah.
And I just think like some of his attributes.
Only 24.
Yeah, the 13s, it's really good. Sierra Leonean, which is very rare, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
So yeah, fantastic. Free transfer. Hasn't really played a lot, but he's already worth like £24 million. So the sell-on fee for Trevor
weird, isn't it?
is great, yeah. So that's good. But Patrick Cutrone, I would say, is going to be the best signing that we have made this summer. On a free transfer, a striker, 25 years of age. There's a lot of hype about Patrick Cutrone when he was coming through the ranks at AC Milan. He moved to Wolves for £16 million. Hasn't really done it yet.
Yeah.
He's had a couple of seasons at Fiorentina. Hasn't really scored a lot in the game here. 30 appearances for Empoli. Got 8 goals, 1 assist. We got him on a free transfer, of course, from Wolves. He's got 1 goal in 2 games so far. Dare say he could be our starting striker going forward.
Yeah, this could be what we need to put it out there.
Absolutely. So let's take a look at it tactically, because we have changed. We've gone to a 4-1-4-1. The reason for that is I think we were not naive, but we were trying to play a very positive attacking tactic in a league where we are nowhere near the best. And I think we need to be playing as the underdog in a defensive format, but try and catch them out on the attack.
Let's keep what we've got and hopefully do something on the break.
Exactly that. Because if we take a look at our midfield here, we've got 4 players who all have an attack duty, but they're sat back further.
Yeah.
And we have 1 guy in a poacher role, Cutrone, for instance. I'm not nailing him down, but he could be there. And his job is to literally just soak up anything you can and put it in the net. The only guy I've got secured in this in this area is Çalhanoğlu, who is the brother of Hakan Çalhanoğlu.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously, the Turkish player who plays in Italy right now, has played in the Bundesliga, which is quite funny because he has declared himself for Germany, whereas Hakan's declared himself for Turkey. But that happens quite a lot in Germany. I mean, we've seen the Boateng brothers play against each other.
Weird, isn't it?
Yeah, so I don't think he's amazing, but what we need him for, as this like winger, who can play a little bit further back. He's got like 11 tackling, so pressing-wise, he's going to be good defensively.
Yeah.
He's going to win the ball back, so I'm quite happy with that. The inverted wing-backs will, of course, help support that defensive midfielder when the Mazzalas and when the wingers are all on attack, and this is basically the flow of attack that we're going to go for. Very high tempo, gegen-pressing, distribute the ball to our centre-backs, high line of engagement, high defensive line, getting stuck in. We're pressing as high as we possibly can, but we're letting them take short kicks, trying to set traps for them.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at what the assistant thinks as his report. This would be his main 11 that he would go for. So Harit would be on the left. Of course, we've got Harit. He can play in a number of different positions, which is why I didn't secure him in that left-hand row. We've got Cutrone. He thinks Cutrone would be the best player there. We've got Tolisso, Zalazar. We've got Palsson, who can play in the DM role. He's not that good, to be honest. I would maybe prefer Trevor Chalobah, but he considers Chalobah to be the best centre-back that we have. So that's quite interesting how he sees it differently.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we have this guy who can play on the right-hand side, who's fairly decent. Again, better defensively than I would suggest going forward. However, he is leaving on a free transfer next season. Already declared that he wants to leave a season before it. Brilliant.
Nice, yeah.
So, how have we done so far? We can see we've done very well, I think, because friendly, 5-0 win against Inter Milan in a friendly. It's only a friendly, but still.
Inter Milan, that's the team that we won the UEFA Cup in.
It is, 1997.
Yeah, drew one each and won on penalties.
Yeah. And who was the manager for Inter Milan at the time?
Roy Hodgson.
It was, yeah. I always find it weird. He went to so many different clubs, Roy Hodgson. It's mental how many different clubs he went to. 5-0 win in the DFB Pokal first round. That's good. That's a great win. RB Leipzig, 1-1. It was a late one from us, 86th minute, but it's a 1-1. I like it. Right. And then a Freiburg, who are very tricky on this game. I must admit, they've got some decent players.
Good win.
4-1 win. Yeah, 4 first half goals as well. So we've got to be happy with that. Fantastic stuff.
That's a brilliant start. We haven't lost a game yet. So no. That's good.
Yeah. We're still looking a bit in trouble financially, and our debt and loan is down to 200 million as we start off this third season. But let's see how we do. Let's simulate the season. And so,
yes, get in.
We're in the Champions League.
Brilliant.
Top 4. This is where I always consider Schalke.
Yeah.
Kind of like the 4th best team in Germany. That's how I always picture Schalke in my head.
Yeah.
I mean, we're behind the likely candidates of Leipzig, who are some way off Bayern Munich, and again, champions Borussia Dortmund, of course, who are historic rivals. Yeah. They've won it after that. But
hey, that's brilliant.
We've got to be absolutely buzzing with that.
Well happy with
the
that.
Same points as Cologne, but yet we won on goal difference there. Maybe it's head-to-head, I'm not quite sure. But either way, we have done that. 17 wins in the season, 10 losses, 7 draws. Cutrone was the top scorer of the league, 22, joint with Marco Reus, which I am quite surprised with. That does tell me
he's gone.
He is gone. He must have. So let's take a look then.
Did he go to Spain or did he go to England?
I dare say it was probably neither. Erling Haaland, £122 million to PSG.
Probably one of the only teams that could probably afford him.
Probably could afford him, yeah. That's a lot of money. 19 goals only in 29 games. Getting soaked up with the Lionel Messi, Neymar, and all that jazz, isn't it? After his 43 and 11 assists in 33 appearances. You absolutely disgusting human being. Absolutely grotesque that is, isn't it? But still.
Bad move. Should have went to Spurs.
Yeah, they still spent 137 million as well, which is mental, really. So their key player now is our mate Jude.
Yeah.
But now he's scum of the earth because he's against us for our rivals. For Dortmund, Marco Reus is still the manager.
I'd love to go to that ground, wouldn't you?
Absolutely.
Oh, bloody hell.
So that's something we got to think about because they are kind of still dominant even without Erling Haaland.
Well,
surprising, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, yeah. I mean, we're well known as well. One of the biggest facts in German football is that we've done the best comeback of all German leagues.
Yes.
Against them.
Again, it wasn't long ago. I remember this happening.
It wasn't. I couldn't quite remember it, so I put on YouTube and watched it again.
Yeah.
What a game.
Yeah.
They were nowhere in the first half. 4-0 down.
4-0 at half time.
Come back to 4 each, and they scored in the last minute, and Nadal, something like that, he scored.
Naldo, the centre back.
Yeah,
Brazilian centre back.
Big header, bang! Yeah. Right at this last seconds. What? But what a game! I say to anybody, if you enjoy football, watch that game. You see,
Dortmund,
a game changed so much two teams, how different they were from first half to second half.
Yeah, I remember because it was at the time as well where I was a big fan of watching Dortmund. They had a lot of players that I loved back in 2017-18, like Aubameyang, and that was there.
He scored the first goal, actually.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
And like I remember watching the my flash scores, and it came up 4-0. And I was like, God, that's their rivals as well. And then I don't know what I was doing, but at the end of it, I looked and I was like, 4-4, no way. Couldn't believe it. But yeah,
I bet their fans were jumping, really.
What a result! I wonder then.
You knew the manager as well, didn't you? Who was the manager of Dortmund at the time?
Oh, it's Tuchel, I think. I think it was Tuchel.
Yeah, so
you know, obviously now he's manager at Chelsea.
Yeah.
Right. I wonder then. I mean, we lost 8-2 to them.
Oh. No,
I mean it was still like, you know, a same amount of goals.
Yeah.
But so how they scored that many against us? That's
Bellingham scored as well. Oh no.
Yeah, that's a bit disappointing. Yeah. We did beat Bayern Munich though, 2-1.
Oh, that's a good result.
Calhanoglu and Butler. Thomas Müller scored in the first minute. Love Thomas Müller. Yeah. Lewandowski.
I think anybody who loves football, genuinely a football fan, loves Thomas Müller.
Yeah, absolutely. But Dortmund done a double over us. They beat us 3-1 in the home leg. So that's disappointing. We lost 4-0 against Bayern Munich there. So
I don't care about the results. We've done well. We've done well. We're in Europe.
Look how bad of an end of the season we had.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm wondering then whether we were higher.
We were doing really well right from the start then, weren't we?
Past positions, we were third for a long time. Yeah. We jumped back into that 4th place at the end of the season, but I reckon we were close to the title at one point.
Probably were.
In points-wise, I mean, Bayern Munich, they were mainly top with Dortmund and Leipzig. Yeah, Leipzig climbed.
Yeah.
So they had a bad start.
They had a good run at the end.
Joined us. It was very much how it's similar, and then it kind of changed at the end there. Okay, then goals-wise. Oh, no, competitions-wise. Knocked out the 3rd round by Arminia Bielefeld. We haven't done well in the Cup so far. Goals-wise, though, in this 3rd season, Patrick Cutrone got 26, the only player to get double figures for us.
Yeah.
A little bit worrying, isn't it? Because he's only getting 1 assist as well. But he is that poacher.
You do need two goal scorers, don't you, really?
Yeah. So what I do want to have a look at then is statistically, did it do what I thought it would? We won the most tackles there. We still scored the 4th highest amount of goals, but nearly half of what Dortmund did.
You're not going to come up against, you know, you're not going to get anywhere near them, are you, really?
Viewers conceded. We were still conceding a lot of goals, which does surprise me. Joint 5th there. So we only kept 10 clean sheets.
We finished badly at the end of the season because we were conceding goals, really.
Yeah. So, I mean, what are they giving us next season? £9 million. We actually have a number where we can actually do something with. It's not a lot, but it's something to play around with at the very least. We do have a lot of players who are very unhappy as well and want to leave the club. 2024, there's a lot of contracts coming up as well, so that's something we had to contend with going into next season. So let's take a look at season number 4. Okay, on the outs, we had £2.5 million from Evan Rotondo, who is an American centre midfielder, but we have spent quite well, £13 million. A couple of loan signings and a couple of free transfers. Cole Palmer from Manchester City. We've seen him play a few games recently for Manchester City. He's developed quite well in this, and he can play in a number of different roles, and I thought he's a perfect player to bring in on a long deal. Considered to be one of our best players as well when he's at the club. So good signing to begin with. Ethan Laird on a free transfer, another English talent. We're struggling at fullback, I think. We've got a little bit of a lack of squad depth there in that position, and he's very good and can play both sides. So that's a great free transfer, and he's not on a lot of big wages either, which is fantastic from Manchester United. Brescianini, Marco Brescianini, an Italian centre midfielder. I've never even heard of this guy, but he looks great. I think there's a few really good attributes that I like there physically. He's got good passing. A lot of 13s, a lot of 12s in the mentals. That will do for me. 24 years of age. He hasn't played hardly at all. Only in the Serie B has he played 29 games. So we're kind of giving him his first team football.
Didn't fit in at Milan then, does he?
No, yeah, maybe. Rasmus Lauritsen, a centre-back. We didn't pay a lot of money, but yeah, I mean, Danish, I like the Dane centre-backs. Yeah, the big, like Simon Kjær and people like that, you just think leaders. I just think he's just really good as well. If you look at how good some of his attributes are mentally, really switched on defender. Good heading. Doesn't have the best physicals, like 11 for pace and acceleration. But everything else I like. And I think he's really good. 28 years of age, £2.5 million. A bit of a steal, really.
I like that. Yeah, good.
Hasn't played a lot last season. No, he did play a lot last season. Only played 7 games at the start of this season. They obviously start their season before us. And then we've played 3 since signing him. Also from Croatia, Stipe Buick. We've got him from the Croatian League anyway. From Hajduk Split. This guy's a fantastic left winger. He's a bit of a wonder kid on the game as well, so always check your games to see how good he is, because he does have good hidden attributes. They're great physically, very good technicals. We picked him up for a very cheap cost of £3.7 million on a minimum fee release clause. As soon as I seen he had that clause, bang, I was in.
There, yeah.
3 appearances so far, only a 6.33 average rating, but in his first game for #split this season, 2 assists in 1 game with the man of the match. And finally, in the talisman, I think, of this transfer window is Martin Neto. 21 years of age, very good. From Benfica's youth academy, we know how good they can be.
Yeah.
Portuguese centre midfielder. I dare say a lot of the Portuguese fans who like watching this will know all about this guy.
About him. Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Because I think there's a lot of hype around Martin. Very talented player that we've got, only £5 million as well. I feel like we're just stealing him, to be honest. But yeah, he could be a great asset to us this season. So let's take a look tactically then. I'm going to stick with what we have and just see how it goes for another season, to be honest. Because now we're in European competitions where back again, we're not the strongest team anymore. No. So we need to focus on something like that. Catrone playing the poacher role. We got Cole Palmer. I want to see what he's like on that right wing. We've got 2 or 3 really good centre midfielders. Cole Palmer has the versatility to play on that right hand side, and he can build a bit of a bond with fellow English player Ethan Laird.
Work well together then.
Absolutely. So if we take a look at the assistant report, this is what he considers to be the best player. Doesn't even have Cole Palmer in there, so what does he know? We've got a fairly decent squad though. I'm really happy with that. And if we do take a look at it schedule-wise, we haven't started great.
No.
We've won the DFB Cup Pokal first round. Gladbach, loss.
Look at our big European group we're in.
Oh my god, yeah,
we ain't got an open house chance.
Leipzig, draw. Catrone getting 82nd minute. We seem to be like Leipzig's bogey team, by the way. Wolfsburg, difficult game. Again, 2-0. They got Wout Weghorst, who's just a monster. But yeah, you've highlighted it already. Our Champions League group.
Real Madrid.
Group of death, maybe?
Man City and Benfica.
That's a little bit difficult, isn't it? Little bit difficult. So, yeah,
you would take third every day, wouldn't you?
Oh, 100%. If we can get Europa League, we'll be absolutely buzzing with that, but I can't say we will.
No.
Man City are actually the holders as well of the Champions League. So that's going to be really tricky.
That's the group of death, I think, isn't it? We've got it.
Absolutely.
Shame, really, getting back into Europe.
Right. Dad, before we simulate this 4th season, can we have a like target, please?
Yeah, we'll go for 1,200, I think.
1,200.
Yeah,
smash that like button. Give us some hope for this Champions League group. We need it. And so, we've dropped down a couple of positions, down into 6th place, which if you consider this our first year back in Europe...
We're consistent. We've stayed there, really, haven't we? All right, we've dropped 1 or 2 positions, but I'll settle for that. We're in Europe competition again.
And how bad we started the league.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely, yeah.
So, not bad. Dortmund retain again, which is obviously not what we want to see.
No.
Ivan Nielsen, who seems to be the replacement for Erling Haaland, 30 goals he scored this season. I'm not seeing Catrone, though, who did score 22 last season. He hasn't done that this year.
Ooh.
That could be a bit of a problem for us.
Yeah.
So, I mean, let's take a look at the past positions then and see how we did this season.
Yeah,
it was a climb.
Yeah.
It was a climb until we got to 6th, so not bad in the end. Other competitions then, Champions League, how did we do? We were knocked out of the group stage, we finished 4th. Yeah, we did finish 4th. We were also knocked out of the DFB Pokal in the 2nd round, so season number 4.
Not getting no cup run at all, are we?
No, Arsenal the Champions League. It's always bloody Arsenal. They always want a bit of spotlight, don't they, in these bloody rebuilds? Piss off. Let's take a look at the stages then.
You're a Spurs fan, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm going to take it on the chin.
Let's have a look at the group stages then. We won 2 games. We are so unlucky not to go through because we beat Man City 3-2 and we beat Benfica 4-1.
2 good wins, really.
Yeah, I mean, we got screwed over because Real Madrid drew with Benfica.
Yeah.
So that is down to Real Madrid, to be honest.
I mean, I always say, don't you, in the group stage, you've got to win your home games and you stand a chance then.
Yes, and we won 2 of them.
2 out of the 3, so we
just
didn't
couldn't beat Real Madrid.
Yeah.
We could have just done with a draw and we would have been through. That would have been the thing that we really needed to hope for. But yeah, it wasn't to be, unfortunately, to go through there. But yeah, disappointing season, but there's positives.
Yeah.
Our season 5, we're in the EC2. We should be doing well in that. Yeah. We should be doing well in that.
Should do, shouldn't we?
Squad-wise.
Squad that we're building.
Exactly. Squad-wise, 17 goals throughout the whole season for Patrick Catrone. That's not good enough.
No.
That's not good enough.
We could do a row.
Yeah, Raul, what a player. The fact that he went to Schalke.
I was watching a video, because I was looking for the Inter Milan video where we won the UEFA Cup.
Yeah.
I seen another video and I think it was a 2-2 draw with Inter Milan.
Right.
So I watched it and I seen Raul run across the pitch and I thought, that looked like Raul, and I thought, no, I can't remember them playing for him. So I rewind it and watch it again and I thought, I never knew he played for them.
Yeah, yeah.
So, you know, it was such a surprise. So I watched the whole video then of the game, and it was a good game, actually.
I mean, the manager at the time was Ralph Rangnick, of course, current Manchester United manager. And you think, like, oh, we got Cristiano Ronaldo. We're not going to ask Cristiano Ronaldo to press. Raul did.
Yeah.
He pressed with Van Hunt. I think it was Klaas Van Huntelaar up top with him. So, I mean, those two playing up top, they're not exactly pressing forwards.
No, but you can ask for better. I mean, he was my favourite Spanish striker. Really.
Yeah, absolutely.
Apart from Gary Lineker.
Gary Lineker. He's not Spanish, but he played in Spain.
He played in Spain, didn't he?
David Villa was up there for me as well. Yeah. But after Raul, it was
Raul was my favourite Spanish striker.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Fantastic
what a striker.
player.
Loved him.
So, yeah, we need a Raul.
Yeah, we could do with him though.
Do you think it's the supply? Do you think the tactic that we have isn't getting the supply to Patrick Cutrone, or do you think it's the fact that maybe there's some attributes here which maybe not? It's the attributes, because attribute-wise he doesn't look okay. He looks okay.
Probably is a bit of supply, because you know strikers only as good as supply. You can say sometimes. I mean, I'm a firm believer if a striker works inside the 18-yard box.
Yes, like a
firm believer. That's if you can get a striker that's lethal inside that. Like a Defoe.
Yeah, Jermaine Defoe. Very good at that.
Kevin Phillips. You couldn't put him anywhere near the inside that 18-yard box.
No,
he would score every single time.
Yeah.
And that's what I think a striker rule is really. But if you don't get that ball in there, they're not going to score, are they?
No, absolutely.
Your strikers. So it could be a bit of a supply.
Absolutely. So I think season number 5, we've got a bit of a job on our hands to try and solve that problem. We need to score some more goals. Yeah. Now, for the first time, the Schalke board gave us a little bit of money. We had £40 million to play around with. We didn't make any sells. We did have some players leave on free transfers, which allowed us to have a little bit of wage budget manoeuvrability, because we had a very big transfer window. Our friend Etienne Green joined us. Do you remember Etienne? From Saint Etienne. Obviously, a lot of you guys left us the information in the comments. I do appreciate that.
Thank you for that. We were nearly
quite interesting, wasn't it? We were very close to what we thought it would be. That he was obviously his mum was from Etienne, loved the club, so named him Etienne, but married somebody who was English, called something Green, and there we are, Etienne Green, who played for Saint Etienne, who's called the Greens. So quite a nice little thing. He joins us here on quite a cheap deal, well, actually a free transfer from Saint Etienne. Played a lot, conceded a lot, but there we go. We've brought him in anyway, a friendly face. But we have signed some really talented players as well. How we've done it, I don't know, but Rodrigo from Real Madrid. Now, he's not the Vinicius Jr. because they're two very similar.
You've just seen he was Brazilian.
I mean, yes, we like it, but he's fantastic, Dad.
24.
I mean, 24 years of age. He's got some fantastic attributes. The fact that we're signing from Real Madrid, Raul, free transfer, and he's barely played for Real Madrid. They haven't really given him the opportunity.
1 goal for us already, 3 games.
1 goal, 3 games. He comes in, it's like he's going to be our star player.
Yeah.
And I think that's the step that he needed to take.
Yeah.
He wasn't getting any game time at Real Madrid, but we're going to give him that game time. We have also signed a £3.6 million Terem Moffi, who I think is a great striker on this game. Because physically he's a bit of a monster. He has the pace, he has the power.
He looks it as well, doesn't he?
He does look like a brute. Nigerian, 6'2", likes to beat the offside trap, knocks the ball past opponents, because once he's past you, you're not going to get you're not going to muscle him out of it, are you?
A bit like Lukaku, isn't he?
Yeah, he gets the crowd going as well. Great composure on the ball. Not the best off the ball. That's his weakness. 12 off the ball. So running wise, you might get caught offside a few times. Yeah. But good dribbling, good finishing, great heading, good technique, good passing. I think he's great. So the fact that we picked him up for £3.6 million from our rivals, Wolfsburg,
well, they weren't happy,
who haven't been playing him either. Yeah. He's got 1 goal and 1 man of that so far. I think we can make a player out of this guy, Terem Moffi. And how old is he? 26. Loads of time.
We're building a squad for you.
Loads of time. Speaking of that, Renan is the next player that we have brought in. Brazilian. 23 years of age. Can play left back, can play centre back. I've bought him for that left back role mainly, but I think he's fantastic. Really good player on this game defensively. Great tackling, so he's going to be good. Not bad going forward either. History-wise, if we take a look, £12.25 million. We're spending a lot of money on him from Palmeiras, but worth it. We activated his release clause. And the big signing of this was Nico Schlotterbeck. German, 25 years of age, centre-back. Really good player, though. That defensive positioning is good. We've got good stamina, good jumping reach, good composure on the ball, because he's a ball player as well. 14 passing, 14 vision. From the back, he can build stuff for us.
Yeah, definitely,
Questionable hair, but
hey-o.
I'll take it. Star player, and he's on a lot of money as well. We've bought him from Freiburg. Again, another club around us.
Yeah.
We're taking away these players, £20 million that we've signed him for. So that's a good signing. And I think probably the bargain pickup, other than Rodrigo, but spending money-wise, Nikolic, this is a great signing. 26 years of age. Can play in that centre attacking midfield role, can play centre mid. Got some great technical attributes. Not bad at the rest of the pitch, but yeah, 26 years of age.
Quite a few players that are coming into their prime.
Yeah, 26.
You just don't know from there, do you, really?
No, absolutely. Serbian, I like him a lot. So tactically then, I decided to change things around. We've gone back to the Lazio 4-2-3-1, and we've adapted it to suit how Schalke play.
Yeah.
Now, some things I've got to show you, because whilst we've been showing you everything else, we've had a few youth intakes with some world-class players coming through. I'm talking golden generation players, so you guys on the Patreon are going to love this player. Thomas Binder, 17. He's amazing.
Crazy, yeah.
5-star potential, 2.5-star current. Look at his attributes for 17. I mean, I can believe. There's other ones as well in the development centre. I think I'm not going to be able to find him now. He might actually be in the squad. If I sort it out by age, I'll be able to show him. Because there's been a couple. Here he is, Kutlu, who he came through the first season. He's decent as well.
Yeah, look at the greens again.
Yeah, plays on the right hand side, set 19 years of age.
It's all there, isn't it?
What can you ask more for? So, I mean, these are the types of players that we've got coming through. We might as well use them. So I've changed it slightly. We're playing underlaps. We're hitting early crosses because we've got this monster Milfi up top who's going to be banging in the goals. Distribute the ball quickly. We're trying to catch teams out now. So we're playing much higher up the pitch and we're trying to feed the ball to Milfi. Rodrigo also had it in his contract that he wanted to play on the right hand side as a winger. So we're doing that. He's not a bad winger, not great crossing, but still, I think he'd still do a job there for us. And so far at the start of the season, it's played out very well for us. Through the first round of the Cup. Dortmund, 2-0. Patrick Catrone, Rodrigo. 2 late goals as well. Lugano in the UEFA Conference Path League, whatever it is, we beat them across 2 legs quite easily. Cologne was a 2-2 draw. Leipzig was a draw as well. I'm pretty sure we played Leipzig all 4 seasons in the Bundesliga at the start of the season, and we've yet to lose against them. So we have done very well against Leipzig, but our UEFA Conference League group has been given to us, and I still think, considering this is the 3rd group, it's still quite difficult. Because if you look at that, Red Star. One of the best teams in Serbia. Celta Vigo's a difficult team. We've got some good players in Spain. And then Istanbul. That's a difficult game.
When we've done the Turkish league, they were the up and coming side, weren't they?
Yeah.
And remember that they just come from nowhere, and they were a difficult side as well. Weren't they
are difficult to play against. So that is a very difficult group in Group D. But I think we have the team to definitely compete and get through that. Maybe we'll get to the latter stages of this competition, which Tottenham won it the first year. Look, but yeah, I'm excited. So far this season, we've scored 7 goals with Terra Milfi in 5 games. Big boy. Yeah. Let's simulate this final season and see how we do.
Come on, the Royal Blues, but they didn't used to be the Royal Blues. They started their first kit was red and white.
Really?
Yeah, which I was surprised with. I couldn't find out why they changed their kit, but they went from red and white.
I reckon they went to an English kit distributor because that always happens. They played Chelsea at some point and like, oh, I like the colour blue.
But they were formed in 1904, but they were called the West Phillips Schalke.
Right, okay.
And then in 4 seasons' time, 1924, 20 seasons later, they changed their name just to Schalke.
Yeah. Oh, right, okay. So that's why the 04 is in the name there.
Yeah, when they were formed in 1904, yeah.
Right, well.
So, I'm going to say it now. Come on, the Royal Blues.
Yeah. Season number 5. And so, at the end of season number 5, we finish in 4th place. The only downside to that is, by the looks of it, they've lost the coefficient points and we've dropped down into the Europa League by finishing in 4. So that is something, obviously, that people who are going to take this over needs to sort out.
I did say earlier, didn't I? The hardest bit is getting into the top 4, wasn't it? And
yeah.
That's the 3 teams above us. Well, 2 of them definitely there, and Bayern Leverkusen at the present moment you would put them above us every time, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I mean they've got one of those teams as well which are really young at the start of the game, and if they manage to keep hold of their players, they develop quite well. They got a few really talented players, Florian Wirtz being one of them.
I'm happy with that.
Yeah, I am as well, to be honest. Yeah. I'm very happy. So if we do take a look at like stages, I mean we give it away at the end of the season, but Leverkusen, like they dropped off massively. We just didn't capitalise on it because we didn't have a bad end of the season. 3 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw. But Leverkusen didn't win in 5.
We won the game that we lost and won the last game. We'd have been there, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
Third place, that would have been it.
Bayern Munich retained the league, obviously 89 points. Dortmund nowhere near in 70 points.
We very nearly won the league in 2001 against the very last game of the season.
Yeah.
We were top of the league. After 90 minutes, we were top of the league.
Okay.
And Hamburg scored a 94th minute equaliser. Which was gutted for the fans, and we obviously lost the league.
Yeah, who won the league?
Bayern Munich.
Bayern Munich, who I think have this like weird luck that they talk about, the Munich luck. They just managed to do late drama like that and win the league out of nowhere. But yeah, that's disappointing, isn't it?
Obviously it's so disappointing because that would have been the first time they'd have won the proper Bundesliga, and they got that close to be 90 minutes at,
yeah,
top of the league, fans jumping and all that, and injury time goal comes against you.
Absolutely gutted. Who Hamburg just been relegated alongside my Eintracht Frankfurt.
Ooh.
They've gone down as well, so that's disappointing. So yeah, okay. Other competitions then. UEFA Conference League.
Oh yeah.
We were knocked down the quarterfinals by Atalanta. And DFB Pokal, I don't think we even got past the 3rd round of DFB Pokal. So
didn't do nothing in the cups, did we?
Trophy-wise, we didn't win anything, but we've got them back into Europe.
Yeah.
That's the main thing.
I think it's a success, really, because we improved except for one season. One season we dropped, didn't we?
Yes.
And then we give us the money then to buy, and we improved again.
Yes.
To get to the best position we could possibly get. And I think the good thing about it is we have built a good squad there. We've built a young squad, a good squad, and it's got us to 4th. All right, we haven't won nothing, but it got us to 4th.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we look now, Thomas Binder's 18 years of age, and he looks absolutely fantastic. We've got some really talented players. Terra Mofi scored 44 in 47 games. Rodrigo got 18 and 19 assists.
There's our 2 strikers with a double goal.
Absolutely. Yeah, so you've got a fantastic team on your hands here, should you wish to take it. And if you look at like age-wise, there's so many players. It goes all the way down to the bottom of the page before you get to 30. So there's so many players here for you to use, and all the best players are in their prime, 23 to 26, 27, those types of age.
Yeah, it's a good squad to take over.
So challenge-wise then, 5 years in the future, should anyone wish to take it up on Patreon, what would it be?
I'm not going to make it impossible for anybody and say I'd like to win the league. What I'm going to say is split Dortmund and Bayern Munich, come 2nd, but win the domestic cup. Yeah, win that DFB Pokal. Get a cup in your hands after 5 years. You can do that. You've done well. Yeah, absolutely. Let us know how you get on down on Twitter, Instagram, however you'd like to contact me. But Dad, thank you very much once again. What is that like target? 1200. 1200. You remembered this time. I did, yeah. You remembered this time. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.